The world keeps bombarding us with the alarming news items about genetically modified food, and we rarely hear anything positive about this exciting topic. Today we are taking a look at 10 incredible genetic modifications, most of which you have probably never heard of. Number 1. Onion that does not make you cry. These groundbreaking onions did not happen by accident, and a product of more than 3 decades of farming, research and development. In 2008, a New Zealand research team led by Colin Addy produced an onion that does not make you cry by putting a single silencing gene which downregulates the activity of onion enzyme. Making your eyes water has managed to achieve two things. At first, onions no longer make your eyes water, and secondly, they now have even more health beneficial sulfur than regular onions. Number 2. Bananas. In many countries around the world, bananas are the main source of calories. According to reports from Uganda, their production is compromised by the emergence of new disease known as banana xanthomonas wilt. It's a bacteria that is sweeping through plantations in East and Central Africa. By genetically modifying bananas with 2 green pepper genes, scientists have managed to give bananas the superpower to resist banana xanthomonas wilt. Number 3. Purple tomato. In 2008, a small English research group published a study describing how they had transferred a gene from a decorative plant into a tomato, which enabled the production of anthocyanin, making the tomato dark blue. They later tested it on mice and discovered that it prevents them from getting cancer. These tomatoes cannot be bought due to their GMO status, but you can buy similar dark blue ones, which are the result of complex interspecific hybridization performed by Italian scientists. Number 4. Golden rice. On 31st July 2000, the Swiss scientist and his German colleague Peter had produced a breed of rice. Because of its color, the product was first given the name golden rice, which remains the same to this day. Golden rice is a variety of rice produced through genetic modification and a precursor of provitamin A in the edible parts of rice. It is intended to produce a fortified food to be grown and consumed in areas with a shortage of dietary vitamin A, which is a deficiency which yearly is estimated to kill 6,70,000 children under the age of 5 and cause an additional 5 lakh cases of irreversible childhood blindness. Rice is a staple food crop for over half of the world's population, providing 30 to 72% of energy intake for people and becoming an effective crop for targeting vitamin deficiencies. Number 5. Carrots that help prevent osteoporosis. In 2004, an American research team transferred a CAX1 gene from mouse ear crests into carrots so that they contained large amount of organically bound calcium. In 2008, they performed a study where such carrots were tested on mice and 30 volunteers, and the results showed that humans absorbed 42% more calcium from the modified carrots than from regular ones. The aim of this test was to help prevent osteoporosis, which is a bone disease that occurs when the body loses too much bone or makes too little bone, or both. As a result, bone become weak and may break from a fall. Number 6. Arctic apple. The Arctic apple is the juiciest newcomer to produce acels. Arctic apples are genetically engineered to prevent browning after cutting into half, which protects its flavor and nutritional value. Browning also contributes to food waste by causing unappealing bruising on perfectly edible apples. Food waste, especially for fruits and vegetables, is a major problem worldwide. Nearly half of the products that grown in the United States is thrown away, and the UK supermarket Tesco estimates that consumer behavior significantly contributes to the 40% of its apples that are wasted. Therefore, Arctic apples not only make convenient snacks, but they also might to be able to mitigate a major source of food waste. Number 7. Soybean oil for frying. 2 American companies have significantly improved soybean edible oil through genetic modifications. Planish oil, marketed by DuPont, used gene silencing to produce oil that contains low level of polyunsaturated fats and high level of monosaturated fats, while the saturated fatty acids have decreased by 20%. This kind of oil has high stability during baking, meaning it does not need to go through any kind of chemical process which produce unwanted trans fats. Number 8. The EnviroPig. As you might imagine, pig poop is pretty gross after all. Not only it's quite smelly, but it also contains large amount of phosphorus which can find its way into nearby water bodies and contaminate them with algae. The scientists behind the EnviroPig attempted to solve this problem by inserting a gene driven by a mice parotid into pigs that made them better able to digest the phosphorus in their food, which in turn caused them to emit less of it in their poop. Number 9. GMO trees. Trees provide man's basic needs for food, fuel, and shelter, and many other uses in industry and pharmaceuticals. They can be found naturally in forests or cultivated together with other plants. As regular trees typically takes hundreds of years to become mature, to take in considerable amount of carbon, so scientists develop GM trees that contains genes that alter the structure of plant cell walls to stimulate the natural growth process, so they develop faster, be more resistant to diseases, and better able to absorb carbon in their non-GMO counterparts. Number 10. CRISPR. CRISPR genome editing has been used to create a cow with gray patches instead of black, meaning it will absorb less heat. The aim is to reduce heat stress in the animals due to global warming, which ironically is in no small part due to emission and deforestation from cattle ranching.